Good day and welcome back to the Microsoft Word application course. And in this video, we will continue and finish up with the topic components of the Microsoft Word window or environment. So, to begin, we will pull up our document 1 we use for practicing. So, this is our document 1. What we want to talk about first is the zoom tool. The zoom tool is located at the bottom of the Word window here, and it's divided into a number of subparts. So the minus sign, which is the zoom out, this is used to reduce the view of your Word document and to maybe perhaps see the complete page of your document within the Word window. And here's the zoom button. You can use also to go zoom in or zoom out. And here's the zoom in to increase the zoom view. And here is the zoom level, which also increases or decreases depending on the use of your zoom in, your zoom, and your zoom out. So to practice how this looks like. So now you see how your document pan looks like on the screen. So if I want to make it look smaller and maybe to see a bit more of the pages, I can go zoom out. So I click zoom out, and each time I click, you see the zoom level decreases. And I can continuously do this so I can see the whole page. So I can see the complete page, but I cannot see the contents of the page. So it depends on what you want. And if I want to see more of the content and not necessarily the page, I will do zoom in. And when I zoom in, you see that the zoom level also increases. And there you go. And that's how you use zoom in and zoom out. The zoom button here you can use to do either zoom out or zoom in. So if I go to towards the minus button, that means I'm zooming out. And I can also, so to do that, I need to click on it. So click on it, hold your mouse and move to the right, and that is, then you're moving to the zoom in. And what you notice is that the content becomes bigger, but you cannot see the sides of your page. Okay, and you can also do the same by using the zoom level by clicking on it. So when you click on it, this box appears and you can choose the zoom level you want, either 200, and you click OK, so it goes down. Or I click on it again and I can say 75, click OK, and it goes even more down. So that's basically how you can use your zoom tool. Now the next thing we will talk about is the scroll bars. Now we have both the vertical and the horizontal scroll bar. Now you can see the vertical scroll bar here. So normally these bars appear when the page is large enough in such a way that you cannot see every part of your page from the horizontal side or the vertical side. So for the vertical side, I cannot see completely the top of the page and the bottom of the page. And if I want to move within my document, then I can use the scroll up arrow, but now it's already at the top. So if I want to see the bottom, I use the scroll down arrow, click, click, click your mouse, and you can keep clicking until you see that. Or I click up arrow, that is the vertical up arrow, keep clicking until I see the top. Or you can easily just use the button here, the white button called the scroll button, the vertical scroll button, which you can just move easily up and down as you want. So click anywhere on it, hold your mouse and drag up or down. So I click, hold, and I can quickly drag down to the bottom, or I click, hold, and I can quickly drag to the top and release the mouse button. So that's the vertical scroll bar. Now the next is the horizontal scroll bar. We don't see the horizontal scroll bar here, and that's because I can see the sides of the page. I see the vertical scroll bar because I cannot see the top and bottom of my page. But if I want to bring the horizontal scroll bar, I have to increase the view of my page such that I can not see one of the sides. So to do that, you can use either, you can click on the edge of your window, hold your mouse and drag it to be smaller. And you can also just increase the view of your page. So I will increase the view by doing also using the zoom in, and watch what happens. So now you see the horizontal scroll bar appears. So in the same way, if I want to go to the left of my document, I will use the left arrow of the horizontal scroll bar. Click on it and I go there. And if I want to see the right part, I also use the right scroll arrow and click on it, and I get to the end. If I want to move quickly, I can use the button, the white button. Click on the button, hold your mouse, and I drag to the left, and I can also drag to the right, left, right, left, and then I can stop when I want. And that's basically how you use your vertical scroll bar and horizontal scroll bar. Now the next thing we will talk about are the different type of views you have in Microsoft Word. But before that, let's reduce the view size. So I will get it down to 100. Okay, and I will increase this again. So there are a number of views you can see in Microsoft Word, and these are shown below. So for example, when you start Microsoft Word, the default view is the print layout view. So this is the print layout view, which means this is the way you would see your document when you print it, and that's why it's called print layout. Another type of view is the web layout, how it will look like on the web, sort of. So let's click on it, see what it's like. Most of you are familiar with this, for those of you who have seen how things are done or displayed in the web. If I want to go back, I will click normal, which is the print layout view. And I can also go to the read mode view, and I'll click on it. This simply allows you to read your document, appears bigger and you can easily read it. And I can go back to the print layout view. And another one we want to talk about is the focus mode. So if I click on it, watch what happens. It fills the screen and I can see my whole page in one screen. And I can read and I can do things that I want on it, type normally. Okay. But yeah, if you prefer this, then that's up to you. But to go away from it, you can click restore button at the top here, and we're back. And basically these are the views. And finally we will talk about the status bar, which is a number of things you see here. So here one of the things is the number of pages you have in your document. So currently we have one page. If I keep pressing enter, for example, let me press the enter button on my keyboard, keep doing that, or if you keep typing, at some point you will get to page 2, and then you see here it says I'm in page 2 of 2. If I scroll up and I go back to page 1, it says I am in page 1 of 2. So that's the status telling you where you are. And if you want to see like a navigation pan, I can click on it. You see, then I can see the pages and I can go to page 2 here or page 1 here, and I can also close it. And this toolbar here tells me, or the status bar here tells me the number of words. It's a word count item. So I have 6 words in my document, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one particular word and this one. So if you count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are the 6 words. So if I click on them, then it tells me I have 6 words. I also have 2 pages. So it gives me a summary in terms of pages, words, and characters, and paragraphs and lines that I have in my document. So you can use that for information purpose. So I'll close on it. So to display that again, you can click on the word count and close. And finally, or not finally, you also have a language information part, which tells you that your Microsoft Word is configured in English language. And I can click on it. So I click, and I can decide I want to change it to a different language, but I will not do that now. It's up to you to play with it, but it's advisable to keep it in a language you want. And when installing Microsoft Word, it just automatically installs based on the language you select. So I will click cancel. And then finally there is the word found proofing error. So you notice that some words are underlined with red line and blue line. So the red line simply means there's a spelling error, and the blue tells you it's a grammatical error. And if you want to know how many errors you have in your document, if you look to this icon here, if you find a cross there, then it tells you you still have some errors in your document. Otherwise, if you don't see a cross or see something like a good mark, then it says you're good. So the cross sign here tells me, or the X sign here tells me that I have some errors in my document. And maybe to know a little bit more, I will just click on it. When I click, it tells me I have 2 errors in total. Of course, I can see them here. And what are those? One of them is a spelling error and the other is a grammar error. You can correct them and by choosing which one you want to correct, but we will not go into the details here because there will be some other videos that tells you how to do this. So for now, we will just close the editor. And this brings us to the end of this particular video. And thank you all, and I'll see you in the next big topic where we start applying most of the things we just talked about.